everyone, it's Bree. I'm back with another scrapbook process video for the Shimmerz Paints YouTube education team. And I'm super excited to share this one with y'all today because I'm going to be creating a galaxy background on this 12 by 12 paper. So I'm prepping my page with white gesso because I knew that I was going to add a lot of liquid onto my page, and then I also taped it down to this clipboard because I knew that since I was adding so much liquid, the paper was going to try to warp up. It did a little bit, but not as much as it would have if I wouldn't have adhered it down to my board. So I added the gesso, and then I'm going to start going in with some color. I did choose one of the new colors. It's in Ahoy Matey, and it's a Coloringz, so it doesn't have any shimmer. But I'm going to spray the color on, and then I'm going to first add a lot of water, and then I'm going to spray the color on, and then I'm going to keep adding water to help the color move a lot more throughout the page. Since this was like legit 12 by 12, there was a lot of surface that needed to be covered. So that's why I added so much water, is to help everything get moving and grooving. Let's see. So unfortunately, as I was editing this video, I had gotten a phone call when I was creating this, and I do everything on my phone. But when I was creating this, I got a phone call, and then I hung up, I was done and thought I hit record again, and I didn't. And so I'm so sad because when I add some of the other colors, the footage is lost. It's not there. It's not even lost. It wasn't even taken. So I'm super sad. So you'll miss a big portion of it, and I'm so sorry about that. But you'll see it here in just a second. So the other color that I added is a Vibez, and it's in Deep Blue Sea. And Vibez do have shimmer to it. And I love it at the end because you'll get to see it creates this glow, and it really, really looks to me like, like the night sky. It's just shimmery and beautiful. And okay, so here it is done. Like all of you'll see that I added Shimmerz and Pip Pip Cherry-O as well as a Shimmerz and Ultramarine. I wanted a little bit of blue and then some of the pink, just to really, really look like a galaxy. And it looks like a big, huge hot mess right here, but I promise it gets better. So after all of the colors dried, like everything is completely dried, I'm going in with another Coloringz, and it's in Night Moves, and it's like a dark black. So this is where it's going to create like the night sky. So I'm just kind of going over it in little sections, and I'm going to let this dry. And I promise it'll look a lot better when I add the stars. So you'll see here in just a second. So I'm just going to dry it to help speed up the drying process because I'm so impatient. And honestly, about halfway through this, I almost gave up. Like I thought, oh my gosh, like it's not turning out like you thought it was going to. And it totally took me by surprise. Like I kept going, and I love how this turned out. This is probably one of my favorite galaxy backgrounds that I've created, and I love to make them. They're so much fun. So here I've taken just some white acrylic paint that I got picked up at, I think, Walmart, or no, actually it was Michael's. And I watered it down a little bit, and then I'm just splattering it onto my page to create like stars in the sky. And it's slowly coming together. Like as soon as you add those splatters, like, oh yeah, that's you didn't mess it up. It looks really cool. And then there you can see a lot of the shimmer. Like that page is completely dry. That's just all the shimmer from the Shimmerz as well as the Vibez, and I love how it turned out. So here's a little magic part, is when you remove your like painter's tape, it creates those little borders. And I thought I had every intention of trimming my paper down, but I kind of liked the white border. To me, it made the background stand up so much more. Like it popped a little bit. And it was kind of like, it like framed it. I don't know. I just love it. And that's why I chose to not trim the little border off. Okay, so I have this cut file. This is from the Paige Evans Facebook group, My Happy Scrappy Place. I believe that's what it's called. And I'm sorry if I totally butchered that. I'll try to leave a link below so you guys can get this. She gives free cut files weekly. And it's Love You to the Moon. And it was like, I knew that I wanted to use that cut file, and I've always wanted to do a 12 by 12 layout with a galaxy background. So I thought both of those together would be perfect. And my new dog, she's a corgi, her name's Luna, and in Spanish her name means moon, and it was just perfect. So the cut file says Love You to the Moon, and then I'm actually going to continue on. I'm going to add on to the title and just put and back at the bottom. And I really, really wanted to add that Maggie Holmes striped bow. And unfortunately it doesn't make it. Like I was so excited to get those, and I haven't added it onto any layout because I don't know why. I'm just struggling adding it to anything. So what I love most about this whole layout is the fact that the cut file just really pops up off the page on top of that dark background, and it looks super cool. So I have my photo. I'm just going to back it with some vellum, and then I just took a few pieces. I think it's from Felicity Jane. Most of those are, and I'm just layering them up. Like, I didn't want to do too much because, you know, the background was busy as it is, and then I also had a cut file. So I didn't want too much going on, but I wanted enough where, you know, it would just be, I don't know. I just wanted to add more patterns, or not patterns, more layers behind my photo. So I decided to put the entire cut file on foam so it would pop up even more. And I'm just using these Dries tiny foam strips. And then I have some foam squares as well that I added. And I'm sorry, you can see my head. And I'm just making sure that I have enough distributed on my cut file. And adding more. But honestly, I love how this turned out. And there's the finished page, or not the finished page, but the finished, me adding all the foam is all done. So, and I decided to add these foam glitter stars from the Willow Lane collection by Create Paper. And I thought it was cool that I could put them onto the stars in the cutout. Yeah, the cut file. So I place those there, and then I wanted to scatter more around the page as well to create that little triangle. And I do have like that empty star on the right, and I do add another gold star. It's not a foam glittery one, but that's okay. Those other ones were a little too big. And then I did want to add this gold star trim. So you'll see me play around with it a little bit to figure out like where I was going to put it. This is when I decided to add the rest of my title. And these are the Paige Evans tiny foam thickers from, I think it was Pick Me Up. I think that's her latest one. But these are honestly my favorite thickers ever. Because you get so many and they're so tiny. So this is where I put Anne back. Because I do. She's so stinking cute. So this like layout has so many different, like it all just comes together. Like the galaxy, the moon, the saying, and then Luna herself. And then I was excited because these rub-ons came in my Hip Kit Club kit. And they're white. And I haven't had a chance to use them. But since this is such a darker background, I wanted to try it. And it says, I love you. And then I thought, okay, well, my title already has love you, but that's okay. Because I do love her. And then here is when I wanted to add some string to my tag. Because it looked a little empty up there. And I'm going to layer up that another label from Felicity Jane. Just going to tie that in. But yeah, I love how this turned out. But I love just little hints of the Pip Pip Cherry-O. That new Shimmerz color is so, so pretty. It is like the prettiest shade of like a darker pink. I love it. And then the hints of blue from Ultramarine, how those kind of, you know, how that color kind of peeks out here and there. And those, you know, the Shimmerz, the original Shimmerz are so shimmery that my page not only is, you know, very galaxy-like, but it also still holds a lot of shimmer for it being such a dark page. Like, you can really, really see it. Alright, so I added the string, and then I'm just kind of messing around with my little photo cluster there, trying to figure it out. And I added some thread. I used some gold and white thread, and I kind of bunched it up just to add a little more texture. Not too much. It's, you know, pretty subtle. I just love the hints of gold, like the gold stars, the gold in the background, and the gold thread, and then of course the gold star trim as well. And I was like thinking, okay, should I layer up that wonderful U embellishment on top of the stars, or should I just like keep it separate? Believe it or not, I played more or struggled more with the photo cluster than I did the entire background. It's kind of funny. Like, I don't know, I guess I wanted to do this background justice because it was so, I don't know. It was the pressure, I guess. To finish this off, I'm going to pull some Spiegelman scrap sequence from the Aqua Punch mix. And I'm pulling all of the gold stars. So they're really tiny, and I wanted them scattered around my page. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just taking a bunch and just gluing those down here and there. But that about covers it. That is my entire layout. You'll see here a final photo here in just a minute, or just a second actually. And I love how this turned out. I kind of want to frame it and hang it up on my wall and not put it in one of my scrapbooks. I just love it. So that's what it is. I love how it turned out. I really, really hope you guys try to do a galaxy background. I hope it inspires you. Don't forget, if you do place an order with Shimmerz, put my name in the comment section and they'll send you a free gift. Thanks again for watching, commenting, and subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.